we wanted to kind of recap, the draft and how you did. You selected 6 guys in the draft, Earl Callaway being number 1, on down the line to number 6, Wukash Orbzoop. If you could just briefly talk about those guys in order from 1 to 6, just let us know why you ended up selecting those guys.
Well, we really put about 2 months into a lot of hard work, long nights, and in the office with our Director of Basketball Operations, Mr. Brandon Paquin. You talk about our first pick, Mr. Earl Callaway, 6'3" point guard from Indiana University. Earl was an individual that we knew leadership-wise at the point guard position we wanted to have in here. He's a proven winner. He played it for a big-time program, so we're really excited. Then you go to number 2, Mr. Marcus Hurd. Marcus played for legendary coach Wainwright at DePaul, Big East. He's a player that got better and better with each year. He's very versatile, so he fits in my system. Very great individual off the floor, so I'm excited about him. Zach Malvick was a player that played Division II, won a national championship. We did a lot of research on him. Great basketball player, can really fill it up on the perimeter. Number 4, we talked about Dwight Jones, who played at Houston Baptist, was an All-American combo guard, really explosive. He was an individual that we felt that could really help us come into training camp. Number 5, Andrew Preston. He's an individual from Kentucky, actually from Winchester, Kentucky. Played really well at Belmont, put up some big numbers, went to the national tournament in the round of 64, played well against Georgetown College. So we was excited about getting Preston. Now number 6, Big Woo. I got to know Woo for the last several months, and he's a great person off the floor. Really excited about Wukash, having him. And of course, he signed with the Pacers, and if he doesn't make the Pacers active squad, then certainly we hold his rights, and we want to bring him in here.
All right, now, going back to that number 1 pick, it was Earl Callaway, the number 3 overall pick in the CBA draft. Can you just, talk about him and why was he the number 1 pick for the Miners?
Well, Earl is an individual that, playing in Indiana, much like Kentucky, you know how to represent yourself both on and off the floor. He has high character. He's a leader on the basketball floor, and I'm a point guard guy. I put a lot of responsibility on my point guard, so he's an individual that, knowing what he brings to the table, he's that type of player. I want to bring him in, and hopefully he's going to be that point guard that's going to lead these Kentucky Miners. And I expect big things out of him. And like I said, on the leadership side of things, that was the biggest factor. He's a big guard, 6'3", can get to the rim, can penetrate, and like I said, he can just flat out run the show.
All right, now moving on to that 6th pick, you went with Big Woo, but as you mentioned, he signed with the Pacers. What did you see in him that you thought was beneficial to the team?
Well, Woo is an individual, once again, going back to representing a big-time program, the University of Kentucky, playing for Coach Smith. He was an individual that we looked at. He was high on our depth chart in terms of our draft board, and when we thought he may be available and we thought that we might have an opportunity to get him, we said, let's grab him, because he's one of those kids that, once again, he's working every day in the gym, getting better and better. And being 7'1", you can't teach 7'1", and so we went with him. And like I said, him being with the Pacers, if he doesn't make the Pacers squad, hopefully he'll come down and wear the Miners uniform.
All right. Just last week, you went ahead and signed one of your draft picks, Marcus Hurd. What did you see in him that you felt, he complemented your coaching style?
Well, the biggest key is Marcus Hurd's versatile, and I'm a versatile guy. I like guys that can play multiple positions, and Marcus can play the 4 and 3 spot, and he's going to do a lot of good things for us. He's a great kid. Coach Wainwright gave him the stamp of approval, and if Coach Wainwright does that, that's good enough for me. So we brought him in here, we got him signed and locked in, and I can't wait to get him on the floor come training camp.
All right, now very briefly, looking back at the draft, how would you rate it?
I thought that we had an excellent draft. We worked extremely hard, put a lot of man hours in, and I don't know of any other CBA franchise that had the type of draft we did, and I feel really good about it. I think we're going to get 3 or 4 of those guys in here. So come training camp, I expect those guys to come in and contribute.
All right. Well, Coach, that'll do it for quarter number 3. But when we return, we'll hear from fans of Eastern Kentucky in a new segment that we want to present, the Long Distance Connection, brought to you by Appalachian Wireless.